Welcome back to the Boot Tragedies. Unfortunately, we have to talk about Alvin Kamara, the situation that happened in Vegas last season during the Pro Bowl weekend. I think it was the day before the Pro Bowl, but nevertheless, man, Alvin Kamara got into a fight with this guy, him and some other people. I think another cornerback that plays in the NFL. They got into a little altercation. Punches were thrown, feet were thrown or stomped upon, and so the guy came out basically suing Alvin Kamara. Obviously, charges have been pressed. When it first came out, it was just pictures and things like that, so you really didn't get the full story of what happened. It's kind of a he say she say situation. But now the videos came out, and it's damning for Alvin Kamara. It doesn't look good for his sake, definitely. So he's going to be facing criminal charges. He has a battery charge and some other charge. I forget what it was. He's also going to be sued civilly. So probably going to be facing jail time. Not sure if that's going to happen. And also, he's probably going to have to pay some money. That's probably definitely going to happen. That's almost a 100% guarantee. That civil case is probably going to be won in Alvin Kamara. It's going to have to pay some money. I said this before, man. When you're rich, you can't be getting into fights. Because the poorest man will sue and the poorest man will win, and they'll get money from you. That's just kind of how these things go. But before we jump into that, even further, I am doing a giveaway. I promised to give away a long time ago, and it's still coming. When I hit 10K subs on YouTube, 10K, we at 8,100 right now. That maybe take a month or two to get to 10K. I will be doing a giveaway. It's only two things you need to do to be a part of this giveaway. One, click that link, jump in the Discord. We are sitting at about 140 plus right now, and be subscribed to the YouTube channel. You do those two things, you're entered. It's going to be more than one winner. It's going to be multiple winners. I'm not going to give away any details at this moment, but it's going to be a very, very good giveaway, very good prize. So join that Discord. If you already subscribed to the YouTube channel, that's good. If you're not subscribed to YouTube, also join that Discord and you'll be entered. That's all you need to do, nothing else. Now back to Alvin Kamara. Now, I never show favoritism on this channel. I don't pick on, one player. I just call it like I see it. It's my opinion at the end of the day. And Alvin Kamara, he has to be better. He has to be better. You can't get yourself in these situations with law enforcement. It wasn't even the off season yet. We didn't even make it to the off season. Off season, someone always gets in trouble. This is the Pro Bowl, man. You have to get better people around you. Hire security. Do what you got to do, but you just can't put yourself in this situation. Like, for me, right is right and wrong is wrong. This could have been Alvin Kamara or anybody else on this team. To a guy that, is a fan hated or the fans most liked. I will give you the same opinion. You cannot put yourself in these situations as a star player for the Saints, as an all-pro player. It doesn't even matter the caliber of player you are. You just can't put yourself in this situation. Now you're going to be costing your team. You're going to be missing games. You're going to be missing money. You're going to miss game checks and probably get sued. I know money is the least of his worries right now, but that's just real. That's just what's going to happen. So he has to be better. Obviously, he's never gotten, in any trouble off the field, to my knowledge, with the Saints since he's been here. So he's been good, on that front. But this is a bad look. And to his friends, man, Jesus Christ, Alvin Kamara, surround yourself with better people, in my opinion. If the guy's making $75, $100 million, whatever he's making, you have to control him in that situation. You can't be around a bunch of yes men that's just going to let you throw punches, let you do this. Hey, it's got to be a guy in the crew and be like, hey, bro, it's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. Let's just get out of here. Like, you're too valuable of a person. Everybody's valuable as a person, but, you have so much riding on this. A lot to lose. You can't put yourself in these situations. I'm assuming alcohol was involved because it's Vegas. It's the Pro Bowl. But still, somebody in that crew, it's a lot of them. Could say, hey, nope, we're not doing this. But, when you have a bunch of yes men around you, they're probably scared. They don't want to get cut off, this and that. I'm not judging those guys, but, hey, you got to surround yourself with better people. Because what's right and right is wrong is wrong. What they did in that video, that was wrong. Trust me. Don't matter who it was definitely wrong. It has to be better. Alvin Kamara has to be better. And it's just a sad situation. He's definitely going to get suspended. It's the NFL we're talking about. This is Roger Goodell we're talking about. This is the Saints. I feel like we're already not liked. And then Alvin Kamara, the one time he did get in trouble, if I remember correctly, this story could be off. So if I'm off, let me know in the comments that I'm wrong, because I think it's right. I know Alvin Kamara brought some people into the locker room or into the facilities, during COVID, and the Saints maybe lost a draft pick because of that or something like that. The story goes something like that. I believe that was Alvin Kamara on that front. So, man, you just can't be costing the team year in and year out. I won't say year in and year out because he's rarely done anything to hurt this team. He's only done things to help this team on the field. But this is not going to be good, especially because everybody says we need a running back already. Everybody says this. Now we might be losing our running back for some games. We're definitely going to need a running back, maybe even two running backs. You got Pete Carmichael, I've killed him a lot. his first year as a real OC, he's going to be missing Alvin Kamara. Now, a guy that struggled last year, that's possibly going to have a new quarterback, possibly not going to have Michael Thomas. Now you're not going to have Alvin Kamara as well. We're not helping him. Obviously, he needed all the help he could get last year. And it seems like the Saints just won't be helping him on the player front. So we'll see how this plays out. In my opinion, the best case scenario for Alvin Kamara is to get 4 games. 4-game suspension will be the best case scenario. When I'm looking at Roger Goodell, how the NFL is going to play this, I think 4 games is honestly the best case scenario for Alvin Kamara. He gets 4 games. You don't appeal. You don't do anything. You take your time for your crime and you move on. Do that and just move on with it. 4 games, I think, will be a lifesaver, honestly, for the Saints. 4 games, you can deal with that. 17-game season, you still play 13 games. You'll be fine. But it's the NFL. He can get 8 games. He can get half the season. I don't know. He can get 6 games. I don't know what Roger Goodell is going to do. I do know one thing. If they suspend you, man, don't even appeal it, in my opinion. Just don't appeal it. Take that time. Just do it. Obviously, you're on camera. You're caught. Whatever happens, happens. Because if you appeal and it takes 4 weeks and 5 weeks, and now you're going to be missing the middle of the season, towards the end of the season. Whatever they give you, man, just take it. If the appeal is going to take like a week or something, then, hey, appeal. But if it's going to take too long, take that time. You did that crime. So that's my thoughts on that Alvin Kamara situation. Now, what the Saints are going to do, now that he's going to get suspended, that's just going to happen. Now, it's a decent running back class coming into this season. You got, obviously, Robinson out of Texas. He's the number 1 back for a lot of people. Then you got Jahmyr Gibbs from Alabama. He's also a really, really good running back. Devin Acne from Texas A&M, a speedster. He's more of a smaller back, so I really wouldn't, draft him, especially if Alvin Kamara is going to be out. Don't know if he's going to be an every down back yet, but the dude's really, really, really good. Zach Carbonet from UCLA, Tank Bigsby from Auburn, Zach Evans. I'm just looking at the list right now. It's a lot of good running backs in this draft class. A lot of guys that I think can, tote the rock and be 3-down backs. Tajay Spears from Tulane, and fan favorite, obviously, playing for Tulane. So it's running backs in this draft. I do not think the Saints should reach for one in the first round, but no later than the second round for me. Second, third round, you have to get a running back. I know you can get, backs in the 4th round, 5th round, and things like that, but I think we have to get a running back. Last year, I had Dameon Pierce mocked to the Saints. I wish that would have worked out. I wish we'd have got Dameon Pierce last year from Florida. I knew he was going to be a really, really good back. A guy that I kind of, see similar to being that would be Zach Evans. Zach Evans from Ole Miss, he's rated, somewhere between the 5th and 10th running back on most people's boards. Really, really good running back. A lot of craziness that went on with his recruiting coming out of high school, committed to TCU and Ole Miss and 10 other places. Finally landed at Ole Miss, shared the backfield with the SEC Freshman of the Year, so he really didn't get full-time, playing time. Then you kind of like Dameon Pierce, didn't really get a full, attempt to be that number 1 rusher at Florida last year. I think Zach Evans could be the same thing, highly touted out of high school, really good at Ole Miss when he got to play. I think that could be a pickup for the Saints. I'm not going to dive too deep into, these running backs just of yet, because the Alvin Kamara case, I do believe the court date is set for March 2nd or March 5th, somewhere early March. We'll get more information about that situation. We'll hopefully have more, suspension information before the draft comes. I hope the NFL, does the Saints a solid. I know they don't. I know they don't do the Saints a solid, but hopefully, they can get that suspension in and things like that before the draft comes around, before free agency comes around, so the Saints can kind of get their ducks in order to see what they can do with this Alvin Kamara situation. But he's definitely going to get suspended, in my opinion. That video is not going to help his case. I think if it wasn't a video, he'll get 2 games. A guy that's never been in trouble, with the league, off the field and things like that. But when the video comes out, it is what it is. I mean, this is an extreme example, but the Ray Rice situation. Man just got suspended, and then that video came out. Obviously, this is totally different. He's hitting a woman or whatever like that. So, obviously, he deserves to get a lifetime ban. But before that video came out, he wasn't going to be banned from the NFL for life. But once that video came out and people got to see that, it was over for him. There was no chance for him to ever return to the league. And one thing I've been saying on Twitter, people saying Alvin Kamara's done, he's finished, go look at some of the arrest records and things that NFL players have done. He's far from being done from the NFL. I'll let you know that right now. A little fight, nah, that is going to take more than that to get you kicked out of the NFL. Do your research, especially when you're good. Especially when you're a good player. That's just it. It is what it is. The game is the game. But let me know what y'all think about this, man. Alvin Kamara's definitely getting suspended. We'll see what happens. But as always, this is the Boo Tragedies, and I'm out.
So one last time, let's make the hearing the greatest man